comfortable in our system, and so all three of those guys we expect to be able to score the basketball and give those guards and those front court guys a lot of space.
All right, well, game one is upon us, Coach. Appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we get back, we'll get you ready to go for Montana State and Northwest Indian College as we open up the season. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Prime Lending, our one-of-a-kind mortgage approach combines a personal touch with just enough technology to turn a traditionally complex process into something better. Think of us like your home buying coach, friend, cheerleader, and teammate, all in one. From application to closing, we are your home loan partners that have your back every step of the way. Reach out to your local Prime Lending team to experience a home loan made simple. All loans subject to credit approval, rates and fees subject to change. Prime Lending, a Plains Capital Company, NMLS 13649, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time for a wellness tip from SCL Health, now Intermountain Health, an official health partner of the Bobcats. Do you ever feel winded after attending a Bobcats game? Here's something you might not know. Of course you do. You're a true blue and gold Bobcat fan. You sing the fight song at the top of your lungs. Stand up and cheer. Cheer long and loud for dear Montana State. That being said, keep those lungs healthy. The Bobcats need your energy. Learn more at intermountainhealth.org.
Ready to reap a harvest of success? Look no further than the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Join forces with fellow growers in cultivating high-protein, soil-enriching pulses that nourish both land and livelihood. From lentils to chickpeas, we're talking about crops that pack a punch. By becoming a member, you'll gain insider insights, hands-on workshops, and a network of Pulse-passionate partners. Visit our website to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success, one pulse at a time.
Have you missed the familiar sounds of a Montana State basketball game? The squeaking of sneakers? Or the fans cheering? You know you want to be there. You know you need to be there. Conoco is here to get you there. So jump in your car, fill up at Conoco, and be part of the winning experience. Don't forget to download and use the My Conoco app to save. Conoco. Choose Go. Proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats. The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master-planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series. Guaranteed Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. And by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
He's got it to the rack. Two-hand slam. Robert Ford for three. Got it! Put a stamp on it. You are witnessing the golden age of Bobcat basketball.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Galogly.
Coming off what was a truly golden age in Bobcat basketball, a new age begins today. Matt Logie's debut game as the head coach at Montana State University is tonight as they get set to take on Northwest Indian College. All right, before we get going today, we get to our Wheat Montana weather report. Very comfortable indoors as always, but 45 degrees, light rain outside, not too shabby overall. It has been insanely gorgeous this week, Brian.
It has been absolutely beautiful. Got kind of a second fall here
yeah.
as we wait for second winter to arrive.
Yes, that was That was a really nice little test to remind us that you need to have a coach when winter comes about 2 weeks ago. All right, before we get to some starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat Basketball.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gilogly alongside Brian Preby. Jesse Ropolato is back in the studios today as we get set for the debut game of Matt Logie. All right, Brian, let's get into this as we get started for Montana State. Matt Logie has had an incredible head coaching career so far at the D3 and D2 levels. His winning percentage is over 800. How has he done it?
Yeah, I think he's done it because he's got a system that he believes in. His grandfather, Ed Pepples, the all-time winningest head high school basketball coach in the state of Washington. He played for his grandfather, and he learned how to run a program, build a program from his grandfather. And he's got a system that he used at Whitworth College, he used it at Point Loma, and he's going to use it here in Bozeman that he believes is going to keep this team at the top of the Big Sky Conference. And you watch the practices, you watch guys work, you can tell they really enjoy it. And ultimately now, can they execute it against a team with a different colored jersey?
All right, when we talk about this system that he is implementing, what are some of the things, what are some of the characteristics of this team that we're going to see?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you're going to see is a lot more freedom on the offensive end. Danny Sprinkle ran a lot more structure, a lot slower pace of play. Guys were in specific spots, and then ultimately they just did what they were told. This is going to be more free-flowing. There's a lot of read and react principles. In other words, if the ball goes here, you go there. If it goes here, you go the opposite. And that kind of read and react, guys like to play in. It puts them in a position to make plays and find ways to use their talent, skills, and abilities. And ultimately, that is what they have to do well for the system to work.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza. Bridger Brewing, cheers to every adventure being better than the last. Our first starting lineups of the year for Northwest Indian College: Sam Marqueta Lanebull, Michael Rodriguez, Ryan Pate, Anthony Snow, and Trezil Lane. Lane put up 28 points in the matchup with Montana State last year. The first starting lineup in the first game for Matt Logie looks like this. Dual point guards with Eddie Turner and Robert Ford. Tyler Patterson, Brandon Walker, and Chika Duque, who is a transfer from Portland. Brandon Walker from UT Arlington, Eddie Turner from Columbia, and Patterson and Ford, a pair of the returners. So a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. We'll get to some of the backstories as the game progresses, but excited to see how these guys mesh, and really some good depth for the amount of guys they had to bring in.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. And the transfer portal works both ways, right? You lose guys, you get guys. And I'm really excited to see Eddie Turner play. I've watched him in practice. He's a guy that just has a little bit of the it thing going,
yes,
I think.
Totally.
And if he and Ford really play well together, that's going to be a huge bonus, as you'd have a great backcourt for Montana State.
The ball is tossed in the air, and the tip is won by Northwest Indian College. The tip-off, as always, brought to you by Prime Lending, and this season is underway. Northwest Indian College with the basketball to our right. They are the Eagles, and they turn the ball over on the first possession of the game. The Bobcats get to go from right to left. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, courtside next to the Bobcat bench, as Montana State prepares to work from right to left in the home white uniforms with blue and gold trim, and Montana State written across the chest in navy blue lettering. Eddie Turner on the drive, going to the rack, floater off the glass, and that is good. First 2 points for Eddie Turner in the blue and gold. Turner scored a little over 100 total points in just 17 games at Columbia due to injuries, the pandemic, and due to a family emergency. Northwest Indian College with the basketball to our right. At the top, spin to the left elbow, into the middle of the lane. Floater is up. That's no good. Rebound, tossed around, and the Bobcats come away with it. Ahead to Robert Ford, out on the right wing. Crosses over, down to the right block. Gets swarmed. Extra pass inside, and Nduka puts it in with a left-handed layup. Chika Nduka, third-year junior out of Portland, transferring from Portland. And he's a guy who was averaging 4 points a game in 33 games last year.
And that's another thing that you see emphasized in this system is the extra pass, making that play, which Robert Ford does very well right there.
And now Ford with a steal. He's got it loose in the backcourt, going to the cup. Righty layup is good. Quick theft and a quick bucket. Robert Ford has his first 2 points of the season.
And this is something I think we're going to see with this team, really balanced scoring. I don't know that this team has a Jabril Bello that's going to go out and get Raekwon Battle, going to get 25 and 30 a night. There may be nights, but I think you're going to see a lot of balanced scoring. 3 buckets, 3 different guys so far.
Here's a toss-up. That's no good. And this ball goes out of bounds as Marquetta Lamebowl lost his balance. Coming into the game now is Jesse O'Boy. So he's into the game now, and Montana State will go from right to left, leading 6-0. 18:24 to go in the first half. We are just settling in the first game of the year. Montana State from right to left. Eddie Turner's got it. He crosses over into the paint, kicks it out to the right corner. Patterson for 3. No good. That's short. Rebound to Northwest Indian College. This is game 1 tonight. Cats out to Seattle University next Saturday. Quick pass inside. That one's knocked free, and Robert Ford has another steal, his second in the early going. He passes ahead underneath to Brandon Walker, and it's just out of his reach. Couldn't quite handle that pass. A turnover by Montana State.
Yeah, you can see Ford. Boy, did he pick up where he left off. That game against Kansas State, he showed his quickness on the defensive end. Here tonight already, he's got 2 quick steals. We've played 2 minutes.
It took a little while for Ford to kind of get going last year. He was coming off some bad foot injuries in the offseason. As this floater's no good for the Eagles. The rebound tipped around, still loose, and the Eagles able to come away with it. But eventually, we just saw him take another step, particularly in his defensive intensity as the year went on. And now one of the Eagles stepped out of bounds on the left sideline. A turnover by Northwest Indian College, and it's Bobcat basketball leading 6-0 over the Eagles. 17:34 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and right now the Eagles have got to find a way to get shots up. Everything's a turnover. We've got turnovers on 3 of 5 possessions thus far. Not going to get it done on the road.
The Eagles last year came here and lost this matchup 144-59. Brandon Walker into the paint, double team, turns, hooks it up. That is good, and he draws the foul. First 2 points for Brandon Walker, and he will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Anthony Snow with the foul.
Good little move right there. It's funny, you spend 2-3 years watching Jabril Bello and Great Osabar and those guys making those post moves. Boy, you get used to that. Brandon Walker's got really good feet. He's quick and light on his feet. Not quite as tall as those guys are, but really got some good feet inside.
That free throw is good. He was only a 52% free throw shooter last year, but able to knock his first one down. He's a second-year sophomore. As the season wore on last year, did work his way into the starting lineup for UT Arlington, and now he's the guy here at Montana State. Eagles with the basketball in their road black uniforms. He's out of the left wing, into the paint, backing down on Turner, has to kick it out to the top of the key. Wrapped around to the left wing. Here's a 3. That's no good from Trazil Lane, who put up 28 points in the meeting last year. The Bobcats clear the rebound. Ford out on the right wing, setting up the Bobcat offense, leading 9-0. 16:43 to go in the first half. Ford to the right elbow, crosses over, steps back with the jumper. Pure. Woo-hoo. That was smooth. If Robert Ford's going to do that, it's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, and the Bobcats on pace to not give up any points this season. They'll win a lot of games if they can get that done.
Yeah, the pacing is going to be great to look at after this one. Out on the left wing, held there. Eagles with the basketball to our right. Down into the post, back and down. Jump pass out and out of bounds. A little miscommunication. Another turnover by Northwest Indian College. Montana State basketball, they'll go from right to left. Chika Duca inbounds it. He played 2 years at the University of Portland, WCC. Also had a year in prep school out in Connecticut. Eddie Turner now with the basketball. Turnaround jumper from the mid-post right side. That's no good. Left it a bit short. Rebound tip. Ford collects it. Goes to the cup. Missed the righty layup as he goes down hard. And the ball is out of bounds. Didn't see the signal, but I think it's staying with Montana State.
I think it is right there.
So Bobcats will inbound underneath their own cup. 16:01 to go in the first half. Montana State is leading 11-0. Eddie Turner ready to inbound into Patterson. Catch and shoot. Left corner 3. Too strong off the inside of the iron. And the Eagles have the rebound. Down into the post. Lane puts up a floater. That's no good. Rebound tipped and put back in. Might have been an own goal that time. And the Eagles have their first 2 points. So the Cats up 11-2. 15:44 to go in the first.
Slice, Rob, slice.
Eddie Turner cruising from right to left. Steps into a topside 3. That's good. Eddie Turner pouring in his first 3 of the day. Hit just 7 of those in his 17 games at Columbia. Now the other way, right wing 3. That's good. That's a nice looking shot by Michael Rodriguez. He had 16 points in the matchup last year.
Yeah, and the one thing right now you hear Coach Logie calling for is just pace. We got to get this game moving, get it going up and down. Right now, Northwest Indians playing slow, and they've kind of lulled Montana State into that.
Turner, another three from the right wing. That's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Duca. Good hustle, but it'll go to Northwest Indian College. When we come back, 15:04 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 14-5. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Have you missed the familiar sounds of a Montana State basketball game? The squeaking of sneakers? Or the fans cheering? You know you want to be there. You know you need to be there. Conoco is here to get you there. So jump in your car, fill up at Conoco, and be part of the winning experience. Don't forget to download and use the My Conoco app to save. Conoco. Choose Go. Proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. Line change for the Bobcats. Patrick McMahon, Jed Miller, Sam Lekalot, Brian Garacki, and John Olmstead are now all into the ball game. Garacki is one of the guys who came over from Point Loma. John Olmstead, a transfer from Arizona State. And Bobcat fans are familiar with Lekalot, McMahon, and Miller. McMahon, as you mentioned in the pregame, Brian, really started to turn things on before he got hurt with a foot injury. He was extremely springy. He was a guy who was putting up some highlight dunks, and we'll see if he still has that spring this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Pat brings to the table. He's going to get more opportunity than he did with a guy like Raekwon Battle on the floor. I'm just really excited to see what he has in store.
Bobcats tip a pass out of bounds. Northwest Indian College with the ball from left to right. 14 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the first half. Montana State is leading 14-5. Getting the clock right. Shot clock. Women's basketball team sitting courtside right now. A few of them, they've got their opening matchup tomorrow against BYU at an early afternoon game. Actually, technically a morning game, an 11 a.m. tip against Brigham Young University, which has traditionally been extremely good in both men's and women's basketball as they get into the Big 12 for the first time this year. Righty hook, that's no good. Rebound tipped around, and Olmstead able to save it to Sam Lekalot. Bobcats from right to left. Here's Jed Miller pushing ahead into the left corner. Garacki's got it. Throws up at the top for Lekalot. Tossed down into the post. And then back out to the left wing. Garacki holding. One dribble. Has it knocked free. That ball is loose, and it's a steal by Northwest Indian College. From left to right. Get up to the top. Around to the right wing. Here's a three. That's good. Michael Rodriguez, another three. His second of the day. 14-8. Montana State in front. 14:07 to go in the first half. Jed Miller throws up to the top. Lekalot. Bounce pass into the post. Olmstead backing into the lane. Lefty hook. Missed it badly to the right side. Saves it across the baseline, but gives it back to the Eagles.
Good hustle by Olmstead right there to keep it alive.
Top side three the other way, and that rattles in. Nice big bucket again. Michael Rodriguez feeling it. He's got 3 threes in the early going.
And last season, Northwest Indian College went 2 for 17 from 3. Not a way to get an upset. Got 3 makes already tonight.
Montana State up 14-11, 13.5 to play in the first. McMahon skips it into the left corner. Miller stepped on the sideline as he began his baseline drive. Turnover by Montana State. 14-11, Cats leading the Eagles, 13:28 to go in the first. In Montana, parenting is important to us. Figuring it out doesn't come easy. In the parentingmontana.org podcast, we talk with experts about the challenges and joys of being in a parenting role. Parentingmontana.org, tool for your child's success. Working into the lane, righty layup is up, and that is good. Michael Rodriguez showing up and showing out today. 3 threes, and he's got his first 2-point bucket. So he's already got 11 today after putting up 16 in the meeting last year.
And he's accounted for all 11 points in this 11-0 run for the Eagles.
McMahon gives it to Olmstead out of the left elbow. Bobcats haven't scored in a while here. Hand off to McMahon at the top. Works his way to the left elbow, backing into the paint, turns, ready hook, and that is good. First points for Pat McMahon this year. Played in 15 games last year, 4.5 points per contest over 17 minutes. But again, got hurt, fairly serious foot injury. And now back to work this year. Brazil Lane out on the left wing for the Eagles. Going up to the top. Here's a deep three. Rodriguez got it. Oh, he's unconscious right now. It's his 4th-3, and he just tied the game.
14-2 run here for the Eagles.
Jed Miller, step back right wing 3. No. Got his man to go down with a slight push he got away with, but could not finish. Now the other way, Lane into the paint. That right-handed layup is no good in transition. The Bobcats going from right to left in a tie game. Garacki in underneath. Lecklot makes the catch. Can't finish the reverse right-handed layup. The Bobcats come up empty again. This game tied at 16 with 12 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, Big Sam's got to finish that one right there. You're not going to get a better look than that. But it's early. It's kind of that getting the rust off after the offseason right now for some of these players.
Olmstead with a block of Rodriguez. The Bobcats are coming the other way. Garacki out to the right wing. Works his way to the mid-post. Puts up a floater. Rimming, no. Ball tipped. Out of bounds. And it's going to the Eagles. So 11:34 to go in the first half. The Bobcats stagnant offensively. 16-16 between the Cats and the Eagles. The starters are coming back in when we come back. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive 5-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Kind of a sketchy first 8.5 minutes. Montana State tied with Northwest Indian College right now, 16 points apiece. 11:34 to go in the first half. Northwest Indian College with the basketball. They're going to go from left to right in the road black uniforms, and Montana State has just brought back in their starters. And Northwest Indian College is knocking down shots. They're 4 of 5 from 3.
Yeah, and when you look at, your first 4 minutes, you're up 14-2. Your next 4 minutes, you're 2-14. So credit Northwest Indian College for hanging in there and battling. And then you also get one guy that gets a hot hand, and that makes a pretty massive difference.
Yeah.
And that's something they've got going. We'll see if they can keep that up.
Little press here by the Bobcats. Passing around to the backcourt. Eagles trying to get through it. Bounce pass over to the right side. 3 seconds to get across. Angling through, and they do. Over to the left wing now. Pate fires it into the middle of the post, down to the left side, on the baseline. Handoff underneath, and it's stolen away. Robert Ford has had some sticky hands, and then he draws a foul. Ford's done a nice job jumping in some passing lanes from the early going.
Yeah, he's going to lead the league in steals at this rate by a big margin. He's going to pad that number tonight, double-double maybe with steals and points coming up.
Ford across the timeline, up to the top of the key. Pass to the left wing, a little slow, and it's stolen away. Lane to the rack, and he missed the righty dunk in transition. He got in between if he wanted to lay it in or if he wanted to dunk it, and he missed it. Into the lane, Ford kicks it out to the right corner, driving the baseline. Duca passes it back out to the right wing, and Ford misses the three, but he draws the foul, and will go to the line for a couple of free throws, 3 of them. Bobcat basketball is presented in part by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food, order from anywhere, and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup.
It's amazing how every restaurant now, it's like got shelves for pickup. I guess I'm just old, but man, everywhere you go, there's just more orders for pickup than there are people there.
First free throw is good. It can be nice. It can be convenient, especially if you don't want to talk to anybody.
Well, and it's like, you think about like when the weather turns, it's fantastic.
Next free throw is good. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a talker. So I like to go in. I'm going to order myself.
You like the people. I do too. I'm with you 100%.
Next free throw by Ford. That is good. So he hits all 3. Robert Ford looking sharp in the early going for the Bobcats. And a pass is kicked by Montana State. First couple of points here for Montana State in quite a while.
Yeah, that was good. And kind of a gift there as the Eagles commit a silly foul, on a 3-point attempt there. But Montana State will take it, maybe get a little rhythm going.
Eagles from left to right. Pass ahead along the left sideline for Mora. Toss back up to the top. Up to the top, or toward the left wing. Here's a 3 attempt, and that is good. Jesse Hoiberg able to put it in. Well, the 3 is falling. They're 5 for 6. As a result, we got a tie game, 19 points apiece, 10:25 to go in the first half. Brandon Walker to the left elbow, draws a double, kicks it out. Eddie Turner works his way into the lane, throws it back out. Here's Walker for 3. Yes! All right, Brandon Walker, that's your big man at 6'7", putting it in. He had just 8 threes last year. He's got 1 on his first attempt this year.
That is a big thing when your 5-man can stretch the floor like that. It's a little bit like Deshaun Thomas has played at Montana over the last season plus.
Oh, and Ford caught a forearm in the throat. Well, that's what you're gonna. That's the risk you take when you go in the cookie jar like that, try to play some defense, and just that hurts. Taking the forearm to the Adam's apple. Ouch.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
He's actually kind of holding his jaw a little bit too. Incidental. Northwest Indian College going back to work, 22-19. Montana State leading with 9:47 to go in the first half. And that one is stolen away by Montana State. Ahead to Tyler Patterson. 2 steps in the lefty layup is good. What a pass by Eddie Turner in transition. And Tyler Patterson, his first field goal of the season.
Yeah, and the Bobcats really getting it done. Points off turnovers, got 11 of them already. That is a ton of points off turnovers when you only got 24 points total.
9:25 remaining in the first half. Cats up 24-19. Toss up to the top. Down into the mid-post. And that floater is good. Now Montana State giving up 21 points. Northwest Indian College shooting 50%. Both teams shooting 50% from the field. Here's Ford for 3. Got it. Ooh. Robert Ford is feeling it. Doesn't matter who you're playing. When you're knocking down shots like that, you got a stroke rolling.
Yeah. Ford is rolling his right. Bobcats up 6.
Guy's had a long journey. He's made a couple of stops. Community college stops, Idaho State, then here. Went into the transfer portal and decided to come back. Bobcats are happy to have him back. And now the Eagles step on the sideline and a turnover. Bobcat basketball. But, you understand why Ford would put his name in the transfer portal. Just kind of see what's out there. But I think a lot of people are excited to have him back.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision by him to come back.
Yeah.
An opportunity to be a real difference maker for this team. And, obviously it depends on where you land in the portal, but I think his chances here to be a difference maker are higher than most places else.
Turner, left corner three off a pass from Ford. That's no good. Duca, though, able to tip the rebound to himself. Out to Brandon Walker, out high. Works his way to the free throw line, into the lane, goes to the cup, lays it up no good, but does draw the blocking foul. We'll get a couple of free throws here. 8:21 to go in the first half. Cats up 27-21 against the Eagles. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats.
Bobcats already have 6 guys that have got themselves on the stat sheet on the scoreboard side of things.
First free throw is no good from Brandon Walker. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how this rotation sorts itself out. Nobody knows what the rotation is going to look like, not even the coaching staff. You just can't.
No, there's no way. You got to get some games, and whatever we think it is today, it'll change come December, and it'll probably change again by the time we hit January.
Yeah. Walker misses the free throw, so he misses both, and the Eagles have the rebound as they race from left to right. Into the free throw line. Toss back out to the top. Working to the right wing. Goes up to the top of the key. Eagles call out the play. Down by 6, 8 minutes to go in the first half. 7 seconds to shoot. And that one knocked free out of bounds. It's a turnover. Brandon Walker snuck his hand in there and knocked it off the man. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Montana State basketball when we come back. 7:58 to go in the first half. Montana State leading Northwest Indian College 27-21. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
This game is brought to you in part by Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. 7:58 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 27-21. Bobcats will go from right to left. Sam Lecklot and Pat McMahon have checked in, along with Eddie Turner, Tyler Patterson, and Robert Ford. Cats led by Robert Ford in the early going. He's got 10 points on 3 of 4 shooting. A couple of rebounds and an assist as well. He's also picked up a couple of steals to boot. Eddie Turner up to the top. Takes it over to the left wing. Goes to McMahon. Around to Patterson. Into Leckalot. Mid-post right side. Down to Patterson underneath. And he's able to lay it in. There's the ball movement you're looking for. Tyler Patterson has 4 points.
Yeah, and ball movement, player movement, when they're combined, really hard to guard, and good action there for Patterson and Leckalot together.
Eagles with the basketball to our right. Into the lane. Runner is up, and that is good. There's Michael Rodriguez again. He's got 16 tonight. Ford steps up for a topside 3. No. Offensive board, like a lot up, and he got blocked. Loose ball is picked up by Montana State. Eddie Turner up at the top. Works his way into the mid-post, kicks it out. Extra pass to the right corner. McMahon for 3. In and out. And the rebound grabbed by the Eagles, and then it's stolen away by Eddie Turner to the rack, and he lays it in with a left hand. Great play by Eddie Turner III from Seattle, Washington.
Bobcats forced 11 turnovers, 5 steals so far, finding ways to get things done.
Eagles to our right, and they lost it. Montana State able to pick it up, and then Lecolot throws it away. Here's a topside three. That's no good. Rebound dropped by Eddie Turner. Oh, no, they're going to say that got touched by the Eagles. I thought I got a little screen.
Yeah, he got it knocked out of his hand there, so Bobcats retain possession. It's interesting. Coach Logie went with the hockey subs at the 4-minute mark. That didn't go so well for 4 minutes, and now we're more kind of into a traditional rotation, a guy or two at a time max.
Montana State from right to left. They lead 31-23 with 6:27 to go in the first half. Eddie Turner steps in and misses the runner. Eagles with the basketball after the rebound, going from left to right. Out to the top. Working to the free throw line. Kick out to the left corner. Here's a drive along the baseline. Extra pass underneath and blocked by Lecolot. Loose ball blocked by McMahon, and they call the foul. So a couple of blocks. And we'll see a couple of free throws now as the Eagles go to the line. Bobcat basketball brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics. From your seat at the game to your driver's seat, enjoy every minute. When you're ready for something new, get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Checking it off the bench for the Eagles, number 0, Jesse Hoyne, number 32, Drusilla Lane.
Michael Rodriguez at the line. Second of the 2 free throws is up. And good. Rattles that one home.
Man, he's going to have 20 points in the first half.
Yeah.
He reminds me of what Lane did last year. Had just an unbelievable game.
Montana State with the ball. Kick out to the left corner. Here's Jed Miller, and he stepped on the sideline again. Second time he's done that. And a turnover by Montana State.
Bobcats turnovers mostly have been stepping out of bounds. That's the 3rd time they've just lost spatial awareness, stepped on the sideline.
Eagles to our right. Toss over to the left wing. Here's Michael Rodriguez. He's had the hot hand. Goes up to the top of the key. Working around to the left elbow. Steps out for a long 2. That's no good, but a foul is called. And Garacki got in underneath the shooter. Brian Garacki picks up his first foul. Northwest Indian College going over to Missoula. They've got Montana tomorrow. It's a tough schedule to come here, drive to 3 hours, and go play right away tomorrow. As this first free throw is good.
Yeah, there's no doubt that is a brutal road trip for them. And then they drove all the way from Bellingham, Washington.
How long is that ride?
I mean, it's 10 hours to Seattle and another 3 without traffic to Bellingham. That's a scoot right there.
It doesn't make some of those connecting flights sound too bad after you hear something like that. Here's a left wing 3, and Garacki pours it in. His first Bobcat points. Shot 39% from downtown last year for Matt Logie at Point Loma. Logie won 3 championships in his 4 years. Jumper on the left side is no good. Rebound fought for. Lecolot has it, and then he draws the foul on Anthony Snow.
Liked what I've seen from Sam on the glass. Right now he's looked like he could emerge as one of the Bobcats' better rebounders. He's got to get a little better finishing in and around the basket, but he's done a really nice job rebounding the ball.
Turner on the left wing. Thought about a 3, measured it up, turned it down. Now he's on the drive to the right block, stops, pivots, turns, jumper short. Lecolot the rebound, and he slings it out. Miller into a rhythm 3, count it. Now there's the rebounding, and Jed Miller, who's a sharp shooter, knocking it down for the left wing.
And you said it, the rhythm 3, that's a big thing Matt Logie's looking for, is he's looking for guys to get 3s, but he's looking in rhythm to get those 3s, not just forcing them up, and that one was really in rhythm.
Cats force a turnover, and they're out on the run. Eddie Turner in transition, gets cut off, hands it off for McMahon, who wasn't quite ready. Another turnover by Montana State. Out to the right corner. Here's the 3 the other way. That's short. Rebound to Montana State. Cats up by 10 now, 37-27. 4:05 to go in the first half of the first game of the first year of head coach Matt Logie. Out to the left wing. Here's Turner. Steps up for 3. A little bit short. And the Eagles have the rebound.
Yeah, right now, Montana State's a little quick with the shot. A lot of possessions are one shot, one dribble, shot. A couple dribbles, shot. And I know watching practice, that is not what this team has done well as they've gotten ready for this season. There's been a lot of ball movement, extra passes, got to work that through.
Jumper no good for the Eagles. The Bobcats have the rebound. Turner up to Lekalot. Hands off for Miller on the right wing. Pestered defensively out high. Able to get a little bit of room now coming around the screen. Miller in the corner. And what do we got? Got a whistle, but I didn't see the signal. Do have a foul on the Eagles. All right, that's going to send us to a break. 3 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the first half. Montana State leading 37-27 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
3:19 to go in the first half. Montana State leading 37-27 over Northwest Indian College. It was a little bit of a slow start, just some growing pains. And Brian, I'm sure whatever the Bobcats look like today is not what they're going to look like come the end of December when Big Sky play starts with a hefty road trip to Idaho State and Weber State.
There's no doubt about it. The Bobcats have got a lot of growth in front of them. I mean, it's going to be noticeable game by game by game. Every practice is going to be critical, and this is a team that the sky's the limit. You have no idea what they can and can't do, but they just need time to meld and come together. A couple of their turnovers even tonight are just little scoop passes where guys not ready for it. They haven't played together enough to know.
Goracki, right ring three. That's short, skimmed to the outside of the twine, and the rebound is grabbed on a bounce by the Eagles. Working into the middle of the lane on the Big Sky logo, steps in with a scoop shot. That's no good, off balance. And Montana State has the rebound, pushed ahead. Ford drops it off. McMahon, left wing three. Count it. Oh, that was beautiful. What a pass by Ford, and Pat McMahon makes it count with a downtown dive.
Yeah, and the Bobcats right now have 15 makes, 6 of them from behind the arc. So 2/3 of your makes from behind the arc.
And now Miller tips that ball free, and he's got the steal. Cats the other way. Miller to the cup, lays it in with the right hand. He had McMahon coming down, and McMahon wanted the alley-oop, but Miller, the smart, shifty play, able to lay it in. He's got 5.
Yeah, Jed wants to get a couple here, too. He deserves it.
Yeah.
After all the time on the practice court a year ago, he's getting some game time, and that probably feels really good.
A sophomore from California. This jumper is no good. The Cats have the rebound. Miller pushing the tempo. Throws over the left wing for Pat McMahon. Lines up the left wing three. No good. Rebound. And Robert Ford able to rip it away. Out to Miller, top side. In and out. Missed the three.
By my count, Ford's now got 4 steals to go with everything else he's doing on the offensive end.
We were counting all-time steals in a single season last year from Darius Brown, who was the Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe Robert Ford will be putting together a similar case. Michael Rodriguez, who's had the hot hand for the Eagles, throws it around, and this one is stolen away. Jed Miller is there. He throws ahead with a one-bounce pass into the right corner the other way. Garacki drives the baseline, and he draws the foul on Michael Rodriguez. So some free throws coming here for the Cats. 1-1. Well, that was a nice pass by Jed Miller, though. Good vision there. Miller's an interesting player, right? He's coming over from Southern California. Had a 62-point game in high school. Very good shooter. Didn't really see the court a ton last year, but just a second-year sophomore. We'll see what we get from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And a different system. See how he adapts and how his game fits, what Coach Logie's got for him. Bobcats, though, defensively are swarming. They've got 9 steals already in the first half alone. That is, I mean, that's more steals than you get in a lot of games, much less in 19 minutes of action here.
So Garacki going to the line where he was a 73% shooter last year. Front end is no good. The rebound tipped around and still loose. Body's diving on the hardwood, and we got a foul called. Might be Ford diving in there, yeah. Ford picks up his first, but that's all right. That's just one of those hustle fouls. You'll live with that. 1:32 to go in the first half. Cats up 42-27 over the Eagles. See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with the patient experience that's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. Eagles with the ball to our right. Into the lane, double team, kicks it back out. Trazil Lane fires a three. That's well short, airballed it, and it hops out of bounds. Bobcat basketball with 74 seconds left in the first half, and Montana State up 42-27.
Yeah, Trazil Lane last year was 9 of 21. He made 10 free throws, scored 28 points. Tonight, he has got a deuce. That is it.
Hasn't really looked for his shot too much. It's been Michael Rodriguez who's been the scalding hot hand of the early going, although he is now cooled considerably. Brandon Walker backing down and in. Kicks to the right corner. Patterson open three. That's no good. Right, Tyler Patterson has had a couple of open looks that have not fallen from downtown. Going around to the top. Ooh, nearly stolen away. And the Eagles recover. Pass into the post. Extra pass down to the right block. Lefty layup. That's no good. The rebound to Brandon Walker. Montana State from right to left. Jed Miller, overhead pass to the left corner. McMahon drives the baseline, kicks it back out to the right wing for Miller. Up to Brandon Walker, open three. There you go. Brandon Walker draining it from downtown. The big man's got a pair of threes.
Another 14-0 run here for the Bobcats to close the half. That is how you close a first half of action. Last 4 minutes, 14-zip.
Foul on Montana State. Eagles will inbound underneath their own cup, trailing 45-27, 13 seconds to go in the first half. Potentially the final possession here, up at the top. Michael Rodriguez, 18 points in this first half, bent over the bounce, 4 seconds left. Rodriguez to the left wing, two, dials up a three. That is short, and that is how the first half comes to a close. A little bit of a rocky start for Montana State. Some growing pains to be expected, but they close the first half on a 14-0 run, and they lead 45-27 over Northwest Indian College. We'll take a break. It's halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape for pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond Bozeman Health.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Guaranteed Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Guaranteed Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl the Wild rivalry series between Montana State and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. 1 half in the books. Montana State leading 45-27 over Northwest Indian College. Brian, overall, in those first 20 minutes for the Bobcats, some good, some growing pains, but overall, some of your first impressions.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what you're just seeing is a bunch of guys haven't played together. They even on the both ends of the floor, they're still getting a feel for everything. That's the biggest thing that stands out. Beyond that, the positive sides, what you see is the defense is at a pretty good level. A lot of hands on balls, a lot of deflections, things like that. You love to see that. I think on the offensive end, I'm surprised. Practice, they're moving the ball a little bit more. Put the lights on, put some butts in the seats, and all of a sudden we're a little bit more one-on-one, a little bit quicker to shoot. I'd expect that's an adjustment we'll see in the second half. We're going to see better ball movement, a little more player movement, a little less stagnant on the offensive end coming out. I think the only other thing I see is the rebounding. I'd like to see the rebounding margin be +2 against, NAI-type team here, and that's something that I'm sure the coaches are talking about in the locker room right now.
Right, and even beyond the numbers from the rebounding, you can see it. You want to see those really sticky hands. As soon as that ball gets to you, you just want to lock that rock up.
Yeah, and you just want to see, against this team, you want to see where both guys jump and, their guys' hands are at the level of our head or elbows, and we're elbows above them, making plays in and around the rim, up by the rim, things like that. The things that, ultimately when you play the Weber States and Montanas and Eastern, you're going to have to be able to do those things in traffic in big conference games.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll get you some stats from the first half and get you some scores from around the Big Sky in just a bit. Bobcats leading at halftime over the Eagles, 45-27. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy Loaded Tortilla Soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
We're at halftime, and Montana State is leading Northwest Indian College 45-27. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers here for Montana State, led by Robert Ford with 10 points, 3 steals as well, 3 of 5 from the field with a pair of assists. 9 points for Brandon Walker, who's knocked down a pair of 3-point field goals. 7 points for Eddie Turner, 2 assists and 1 turnover. Pat McMahon, 5 points. Jed Miller, 5 points. Brian Karaki with 3. Chika Duca with 2. And Tyler Patterson with 4. For Northwest Indian College, they were led by 18 points by Michael Rodriguez, 4 of 6 from downtown. 5 points for Jesse Hoybay and Trazil Lane with 2. And Ryan Payton with 2 as well. For Montana State, 7 of 18 from 3, 38%. 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Northwest Indian College, 33% overall, 5 of 9 from downtown. Bobcats out rebounding the Eagles 20-18. So that's the kind of overview of the numbers. Anything else sticking out there to you, Brian?
No, I think that's pretty amazing. The Rodriguez, 18 of 27 points. Not often you see one guy have 67% of the offense for a team, but I guess that's what it took for them to be within 20 and a half.
All right, we'll take another break. When we get back, we're taking a look around the rest of the Big Sky. Your score at halftime, Montana State leading 45-27 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all you've been through lately, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana wants to make sure you are covered in care. From preventive cancer screenings to proper control of diabetes, high blood pressure and behavioral health management, to prenatal care and child immunizations, Blue Cross and Blue Shield is by your side, reminding you preventive care is imperative care. Stay on top of your health at bcbsmt.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
It's time for a wellness tip from SCL Health, now Intermountain Health, an official health partner of the Bobcats. Do you ever feel winded after attending a Bobcats game? Here's something you might not know. Of course you do. You're a true blue and gold Bobcat fan. You sing the fight song at the top of your lungs. Stand up and cheer. Cheer long and loud for dear Montana State. That being said, keep those lungs healthy. The Bobcats need your energy. Learn more at intermountainhealth.org.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Montana State leading at halftime 45-27 over Northwest Indian College. All right, time now to take a look at some of the other scores in the Big Sky. Eastern Washington is at Utah. How good will Eastern Washington be? Steel Venters over to Gonzaga, and sounds like he's going to get some minutes over there at Gonzaga. So we'll see what Eastern Washington is. And Allegri also, he's done. He finished his career, so he's getting a look in the G League right now with the Hornets. But Eastern Washington trailing 12-10 against Utah. Portland State leading at Air Force 8-6. 13 minutes ago in the first half of that one. Northern Colorado is delayed right now at home against Colorado College. Idaho is at Washington State. That one will tip off shortly. Idaho State wins 92-36 over Warner Pacific. And Northern Arizona, they lose to number 6 UConn 95-52. So that's what's going on around the Big Sky. And Ryan, just no idea what the Big Sky is going to look like.
No, it's going to be insane. I mean, you did the math. 5 out of 20 first, second, third, and fourth team guys are back. Weber State's the only team with 2. So that means the other, 10 teams have a combined 3 all-league players returning. That is just the epitome of the transfer portal and the change in college athletics that is just hard to even wrap your head around.
Yeah, the first teamers last year, Steele Venters, he's at Gonzaga, and he's going to get some run over there. Dylan Jones returns. Raekwon Battles, obviously, at West Virginia. Angelo Allegri finished his eligibility. He has signed a contract in the G League with the Greensboro Swarm. That's the Charlotte Hornets affiliate. And Josh Mannon decided to forego his final year of college, and he signed a 3-year contract in Australia. So that's where everybody went. And, some other good ones. Dalton Connect, he went to Tennessee. Isaac Jones went to Washington State. So you got some guys that have gone to some different places and are going to be playing some high-level hoops.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. It's just crazy to think about all those players that we were focused on last year, and just a couple are back. I mean, it really does make you think, like, how is Weber not a heavy favorite to win the league with Dylan Jones and Verblanken back? Like, you've got 2 of the top, 15 guys in the league, in a league where none of the others are back. Like, that's just, I don't know. Maybe it's the old school. I coached 20 years, and now I'm just dealing with the new reality and can't put my head around it.
Well, it's going to be even a little more on steroids here, considering what the Big Sky Conference is. Because, look, we love it. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, it is super demanding to travel around this league. And if you get the opportunity to go get on those commercial flights or the private flights, like, you're going to take that.
Right, and the portal's the one element, but then you add in the NIL. Honestly, Raekwon Battle doesn't leave, but the NIL money makes it insane for him not to. Like, he's going to make more money being on the bench at West Virginia, not playing this season, than he would if he went pro. Like, it's just you got to recalibrate to a whole different thing, and I think that's going to make coaches almost like a GM at the professional level. It's roster management. It's not even like, it's great to recruit good kids and everything else, but it's killing high school recruitment. You're seeing it in football, especially at the FBS level and the top schools. Those high school kids are not getting the offers they used to get early because who's going to be available in the portal? Like, it's just going to be a different world, and everyone adjusts.
All right, we got one more break at halftime. Cats lead at 45-27 over the Eagles. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m., and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana. Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family.
Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Ready to start the second half between Montana State and Northwest Indian College. Cats up 45-27. We do owe you a legal ID. We'll get to that in just a bit as the Bobcats go to work offensively on the first possession of the second half. Robert Ford bounces it up to the top. Here's Eddie Turner for a topside three. That's no good. Rebound tip. Cats win it, and then a foul called on the Eagles after that. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat basketball.
AM 1450 KMMS. AM 1450 KMMS. Bozeman. 1340 KPRK Livingston. Where Montana.
Here's a right wing three, and that is good for Montana State.
Tyler Patterson gets himself going here early second half. That was that rhythm three we were talking about the first half. Coming off the screen on the out-of-bounds play, he knew it was going up before he even caught it.
That three-point field goal brought to you by Wendy's. Eagles with it. Lane turns around, and he draws a light foul on Chika Duca. Cats have 8 Wendy's three-pointers and 9 assists presented by Aware Mental Health Services. In the first half, McDonald's delivery of the game is going to Robert Ford for his defensive prowess. Plus, he put up 10 points. And Northwest Indian College going to the stripe. First free throw is no good from Trazil Lane, who had a heck of a high school career, over 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 blocks, high school state champ, and he was a salutatorian to boot.
Wow, well-rounded.
Next free throw is up. That's no good.
That is not the same kid we saw last year in this gym.
Into the left corner, Turner kicks it out to the right wing. Ball moving around the perimeter for the Bobcats, up 48-27. Lob down onto the right baseline. Walker backing into the post, spins left shoulder, righty layup is good. Traditional post move that time by Brandon Walker.
Bobcats ended the half on a 14-0 run. Now it's a 5-0 run to start the second. If my math's any good, that's 19-0.
Is it good? I know you need whole numbers.
I'm pretty good with addition, subtraction, arithmetic, let's call it.
This one knocked free by Eddie Turner. Patterson picks it up and throws ahead to Ford. Steps into a topside three, a little bit short. Rebound tip, and the Eagles have it. Out to the top, drive right by Lane. That's no good. Eddie Turner clears the rebound, throws along the right sideline for Ford. Shovel pass to Turner into the paint, kicks it back out. Ford, wide open three. Yes. Robert Ford, 13 points. Man, if he plays like this, Cat's going to have a little something.
Well, it's a good start, though. You love to see those 8-0 runs to start halves. Those are the kinds of things that win ball games. And I know this isn't a super competitive game, but even as you go into next year, coming out of the half, making the adjustments, and then getting it going.
Beta 2 from the free throw line the other way. Cats up 53-29, 17:35 to go in the ball game. Montana State from left to right. Thrown up to the top. Walker for three. In and out. And we got a foul going after the rebound. And Robert Ford is tagged for his second.
There's something about Robert, man. He draws officials' eyes. He gets a lot of those weird off-ball calls. And right there, it's like not even sure what happened. There was a loose ball earlier where it looked like actually the foul should have been on somebody else, but they gave it to Robert.
I mean, is that just an energy thing when you're playing hard? They kind of see you, or is it just one of those basketball things?
I don't know what it is, but it goes back to last year.
Turner knocks it free. Ahead to Ford in transition. Can't quite serve it home, and the Eagles have the rebound. Now a drive the other way. Runner off the glass, no good. And we got a whistle and a blocking foul. Brandon Walker was trying to take the charge. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. And we'll be at the Ribbon Chop House that first Tuesday of January for our first Cat Chat of the year, talking both men's and women's hoops.
Women should have a good year as well. I think they were picked in the top 4 in the league, and they've got a lot of new faces. First time in a long time without a couple stalwarts, but they should have a good run at it.
First free throw is good. If you want a full breakdown of it, we've got that up on Bobcat Insider Podcast. The latest episode went up this afternoon. Daniel Sally is on there. He'll be calling the game tomorrow, and he had a real nice breakdown of just all the different movement, what we're going to see from that team. They should be pretty post-dominant and should be pretty good defensively.
Yeah, real good. Big question is, where's that point guard play coming from with Darian now at Nebraska?
Next free throw is no good. Got to have good guard play, got to have good point guard play. They have great posts, but if you don't have that good guard play, it's easy to just pack the paint on them. Patterson around to the right corner. McMahon backing it in. Down to the right block and draws the foul. Was able to finish after the whistle. Some good, strong movement there by Pat McMahon. That was a true back-to-the-basket back down.
Yeah, and that's where he's got that sneaky little game. He gets in there and he likes to play physical and bump and bang, go finish around the rim.
Inbounds pass to Patterson. Spins out to the right wing. Gives to Brandon Walker on the right baseline. Tries a long 2. That's a little bit short. Duca can't hang on to the rebound, and it is out of bounds. That's a good example of the rebounding we're looking for. He was there, and it just didn't stick in the palms. You need those strong hands.
Yeah, you definitely want to be a good rebounding team. That is something that you play hard defense and get stops, but if you don't finish it with rebounds, it gets frustrating, and you want to get extra possessions on the offensive end.
Averaged 4.5 rebounds per game in his career at the University of Portland. Jumper on the left baseline, that's no good. Rebound tipped free, and won by the Eagles. Pass underneath, and a trip accidentally. Pate kind of just went over the feet of Nduka. Kind of just one of those plays. Duca picks up the foul. At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. So free throws coming here for the Eagles as they trail by 23 with 16:02 to go in the second half. And you think about the journey for Matt Logie and just trying to put this team together. You made the point about a lot of coaches, the free throw's no good, having to kind of be like a GM. Imagine trying to walk in here and seeing all those guys going into the portal and then trying to have to put together a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane right now what these guys are doing. And then because of the portal, you have a whole nother area of recruiting. You don't just have junior college and high school and then a handful of transfers. You got high school, JUCO, and then you've got hundreds and hundreds of transfers to sift through and try and understand where or if they can fit in what you do.
Miller turned the corner, lost the handle as he was going up for the rebound and missed the layup. Eagles working the other way. It's kind of funny, too, to get to know what Logie looks like with his body language when he's upset with a play. Pass into the post, kick back out. Ooh, nearly stolen away. Now back down to the right block, and that's laid in by Trezil Lane. Sprinkle had that turned and look at the scores table and scream obscenities into his mouth. Or like phantom punch the table. Sometimes punch it, but kind of phantom punch it. Every coach has their different moves. McMahon into the lane, floats it up, a little too strong. Rebound tipped out. Patterson makes the catch, triggers the three. No good, and Trezil Lane able to collect the rebound. Working his way into the paint the other way. That floater's no good. Patterson is able to grab the rebound over the smaller player. Cats up 53-33, 15 minutes to go in the second half. Duca up and under, able to lay it home. That was a confident move. 6'5", 225, third-year junior. We're going to take a timeout. Brought to you by Prime Lending. Home loans made simple. Now we'll see what the Bobcats have in the post, but a move like that by Chika Nduka is a good-looking move. 14:53 to go in the ballgame. Montana State up 55-33 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
Not only is dairy delicious, but it also promotes health as well. Just 3 servings of dairy a day improves overall wellness and may reduce the risk of developing some chronic diseases. It's a quick, convenient, and economic way to make sure you are staying strong and healthy on and off the field. 14:53 to go in the ballgame. Bobcats up 55-33. Some growing pains to be expected in the first game under Coach Matt Logie. And it's a complicated system where you're trying to figure out where you're supposed to be. So something that's going to come with time.
Well, and the thing we talked about in the pregame was, there's a lot of read and react action in this system, and that takes time. I mean, it's one thing to say you've got to, learn an offense and you go A, B, C, but to do that but have multiple options, it's like the old school choose your own adventure books. That's what these players are trying to figure out.
Foul on the Eagles. Bobcats will inbound on their own baseline, out to Pat McMahon. He fires it into the left corner, down to the post for Brandon Walker, back in, and it's stripped and another foul. But overall, some good energy today. Certainly not going to be perfect. Nobody expected it to be, but see it continue to grow.
Right, and you're looking for combinations, right? We saw that second unit come in, and their combination wasn't very good. That was a 2-14 run. So you say, well, we're not going to do that again. Let's figure out what's next.
Brandon Walker able to lay it in on the right side through a little contact. Walker matching a team high with 13 points. Robert Ford has 13 as well. Floater the other way. That's no good. Ooh, Brandon Walker went down tough, lost the ball, and the Eagles able to lay it in. Trazil Lane able to put it home. Kind of got his feet cut out from underneath him a little bit. If you've ever played basketball, you know what that feels like.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's scary.
Yeah. John Olmstead to the scorer's table, ready to check in. But certainly one of the things that has stood out is the chemistry already in practice. And if they didn't have chemistry, we just wouldn't bring it up, I promise. It's not like it's just a cliche. As Lecolot drives in and kicks it out to Pat McMahon in the right corner. That gets knocked out of bounds and will stay with Montana State. But you can see it already, just some of the guys kind of getting to know each other.
Yeah, and you see guys rooting for each other right now. Whether they're on the floor or on the bench, they're rooting for each other. They're excited. They're showing good energy. Those are the, they don't show up in a box sheet, but I tell you what, right now, they show up in a 30-game season in a big way.
Yeah. Olmstead with it out at the top. Hands it off for Pat McMahon on the left wing. Only 4 seconds to shoot. Into the left corner. Brian Garacki pours it in. Second team all-conference last year. Garacki has 6 points now. Montana State up 60-35, 13:30 to go in the second half. Eagles with the basketball to our left. Toss into the right corner.
You got 7 different Bobcats have attempted a 3 tonight. All 7 have at least one make. So you got a lot of guys that can make shots. That helps on the offensive end in a big way.
Cats get a stop underneath. Now the other way, Garacki draws the foul. Only 2 Montana kids on the roster. Carter Ash from Bozeman, Royce Robinson from Lewiston, who won the state championship on this floor last year. Robinson not dressed. I believe he's going to redshirt.
Yeah, I think Coach said pregame that he wanted to make sure Rutherford and Robinson both redshirted. So we won't see a lot of them, but there's plenty of other guys to take a look at, that's for sure.
McMahon on the drive, lays it up and in with the left hand. Pat McMahon looks like he's got his explosiveness back after that foot injury last year. You never know. Some guys, it can be tough. But glad to see him up and running. I mean, he's got springs in his shoes. He can scrape the ceiling here. Right elbow jumper is no good. Rebound collected by Goraki. Cats from left to right.
I'd expect McMahon to take almost a month to get back. I mean, he only was able to play in a handful of games. Takes a while to get your feet and get your rhythm back.
Eddie Turner able to finish over the front of the rim. He played AAU with Robert Ford. Free throw line jumper is no good, and even worked out with Chika Duca in the offseason at times. They're both from the Seattle area. Turner dialing up from downtown, and he pours in the 3 ball. 67-35, Montana State, 12 and a quarter to go in the ball game. Montana State 10 of 25 from 3, 40% from downtown.
Yeah, Cats really did find a better rhythm here in the second half compared to the first.
Crossing over to the right elbow, kick back out to the right wing, bobbled there. Held on to by Rodriguez, and then his pass is out of bounds, and it's going to Montana State. Remember last year, one of the Achilles heels for Montana State was the three-point shot. They only shot 33% and only hit 6 per game, but with some different personnel, some shots are falling. We will take a break. 11:53 to go in the ballgame. Montana State up 67-35 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
First West Insurance, a Montana-born company, has been helping friends and neighbors protect what they love most since 1972. From home and businesses to farm and ranch to life and health insurance, our team is dedicated to finding solutions that work for you. We believe in creating relationships as deep as our Montana roots. First West, your local insurance agency.
Found your dream home but dread having to move? Call Mesa Moving and Storage. We make moving fun. We work hard so you don't have to. We are here to help take the stress out of moving your home or business. If there's a move in your future, contact Mesa to handle the details so you can enjoy the experience. Mesa, the largest United agency family in Montana, is ready to take care of all your moving and storage needs. Call the friendly folks at Mesa, 406-285-7033.
Serving all your garage door needs, Dortech is raising the door on quality. Montana State up 67-35 over Northwest Indian College. And Brian, you were mentioning how many different guys have shot the 3 ball, and it's kind of interesting about the 3. You want to be careful because you don't want to live or die by the 3, but also that is kind of the bread and butter here.
Well, and it can be a great equalizer. I mean, it's one of those things. Think of the Eastern Washington teams the last couple of years. You know, they were a little bit more balanced probably than the Bobcats are tonight, but generally speaking, they killed you with the 3. And if they didn't make threes, you were probably going to beat them. I mean, right now Montana State is taking 52 field goal attempts, 26 of them behind the arc. So 50% of your shots are going to be threes. You need to shoot 40%. Bobcats shoot 42%.
Alley-oop slam! Bobcat Nation meet John Olmstead at his first Bobcat bucket. It's an alley-oop, 2-hand jam off a dime by Robert Ford. Yeah, there you go. That'll get the people going. Bounce pass down to the mid-post.
I think I saw a practice back in September where Olmstead, I think in that practice he might have had 25 dunks. Like it was definitely his go-to move in the paint.
He's the biggest guy in terms of height, 6'10", one of the biggest guys. Callum Rutherford, who's not dressed, he's hurt. He's 6'11". Out pass, that inbounds pass off the back of Olmstead. That didn't work for the Eagles. The Bobcats going the other way. Alley-oop slam! Brian Garacki this time for the left side off a pass on the right wing. Oh, Robert Ford again. Well, you saw it enough last year with Darius Brown and Raekwon Battle. So, some highlight reel dunks. The Cats still got a little razzle-dazzle in them. Middle of the lane hook shot is good. Eagles get back on the board.
26-10 so far in the second half. Bobcats have had 3 runs of 14-2, which is such a random thing. I don't even know what to do with it.
Pat McMahon elevates and dunks it home with 2 hands, streaking down the middle of the paint. The Bobcats rattling the rim for the first time this season.
Feels like Northwest Indian College's defense has let up a hair here in the second half. 3 straight possessions with a dunk for the Cats.
10:20 remaining in the game. Montana State up 73-37. Righty hook by Snow, rattling no, and the Bobcats have the rebound. Robert Ford lines up a right wing 3, in and out. The rebound collected by the Eagles. Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign. Help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. Lob into the post. Snow able to lay it up and in with the right hand. 9:40 remaining in the game. Montana State up 73-39. Robert Ford and Brandon Walker leading the way with 13 points apiece. Eddie Turner's got a dozen. Olmstead hands it off on the left wing. Duca to the elbow. Bounces to the mid post, left side. Olmstead on a smaller man, trying to get post position. Doesn't have it, and throws it away out to McMahon. That pass tipped and recovered. Olmstead, 5 to shoot, into the lane, spins the left shoulder, and the righty hook shot is kished off the window and in. Pat McMahon showing off the Swiss Army knife of tools that he has to score.
Yeah, Pat gives you that guy late shot clock who can really make plays. I'm going to guess he, along with your 2 point guards, are going to be your playmakers in the clock.
Layup the other way is good by Trazil Lane. And the Bobcats aren't going to be quite as athletic as they were last year. Very few Bobcat teams ever have been. But there is some athleticism, and Pat McMahon is going to be carrying most of the water on that. Now the 3. Yes! Pat McMahon scoring at every level now. He's into double figures. He's got 14 points today to lead the squad. Eagles with it to our left. Thrown around to the left wing. Toss in the post, tipped free by Olmstead, but recovered by the Eagles. 7 to shoot. Crossing over into the lane, and that was stripped by Ford and out of bounds, and will stay with the Eagles. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. 8:15 remaining in the game. Montana State up 78-41. Eagles to inbound their own baseline. Toss down on the right side, and the floater is up and good by Michael Rodriguez, who's got his first points of the second half. Now Garacki the other way, elevates with a 2-hand jam. Brian Garacki with a couple of dunks, 6'6", fourth-year junior from Oregon. Now, he was either staying at Point Loma or coming to Montana State when he put his name in the transfer portal. Cats happy to have him. Jumper the other way is good by Andrew Shepard, getting his first points in, an Arizona native.
That is 10 straight possessions with baskets, 5 by each team.
Ford underneath, lays it up, got it to go. Robert Ford patiently getting inside. He's got 15 points, and he's 5 of 10 from the field. Ford's offensive numbers weren't much last year, 4.5 points per game, 3 rebounds a game. But he is coming on now. Pass tipped. Cats battling for the loose ball. And we've got a whistle, and a foul And I believe Northwest Indian College for an incidental trip. Figure it out and sort it out when we come back. Timeout. Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $25 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/Champs New Kids Club. 7:11 to go in the ball game. Montana State up 81-45 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites is a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics, the Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. Montana State leading 82-45 over Northwest Indian College, 7:11 to go in the ball game. And look of a rarity, a true freshman into the ball game. Jakari Miles from L.A. played some high-level high school hoops, averaged 16.5 points per game last year. Our first look of Jakari Miles is in. Montana State facing a little full-court pressure. Out over to the left wing. Toss up to the top. Duca wraps it around to Miller. Cats patient on this offensive possession coming out of the timeout. Given to Olmstead. And off to Garacki. Lob it up. Olmstead slams it in. Garacki from the top of the key, able to lob it up for John Olmstead.
A couple really nice little set plays out of timeouts to get Olmstead something around the rim. Got to like that.
Quick pass inside, tip free by Jed Miller. Cats going the other way. Miles makes a catch. He hands it off, and Olmstead rises, dunks it. Some good passing, a nice extra pass by Jakari Miles, his first career assist, presented by Aware Mental Health Services.
Right now, the Logie era's got a pretty good shot to start in triple digits. If they can average 100 points a game, I guarantee they're going to win a lot of them.
Pass is tipped. Garacki fighting for the steal. That ball is loosed and recovered by Northwest Indian College. Right wing three. That is short. Was that tipped by a Bobcat? It was. So
yeah, and Duca blocked it.
Yep, blocked for Duca. Now we're seeing a little more comfort here. Montana State has Seattle University next Saturday. I will not be doing that game. Gary Hill will be filling in. The guy who works on the Seattle Mariners broadcast team. Floater in the middle of the lane. That is good. So that'll be a good one. Seattle U, third in the preseason poll in the WAC. So that'll be a nice test. Seattle U was a 20-win team last year. Montana State with it. Leading 86-47, 5:40 to go in the ball game. Jed Miller has the bounce up at the top. Lob to Olmstead. He's out high near the top of the key. Passes in the post. Jakari Miles lays it in, and his first two collegiate points come off a pass from John Olmstead as he was cut to the cup on the right side.
Really good read right there. We talk read and react right there. Jakari Miles saw the play develop. Really nice play by the freshman.
Jumper no good the other way. Jakari Miles, a 6'4", 180-pound freshman. excited to see what he can develop, but rare to have a true freshman and a guy who certainly has some quality skills, and we'll see how they get developed.
Especially after what we've seen the last couple of years where it's such a veteran team with so many experienced players. It was really hard for a freshman like Jed Miller, for example, last year to really get any run.
Into the paint, floater is up. That is no good. Bobcats have the rebound. Jakari Miles into the front court. He put up a heck of a line last year, 16.5 points per game as a senior, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal per game. Had some high-scoring AAU games. Miles, left wing three. That's good. Jakari Miles, 5 points in his collegiate debut.
The freshman saying, hey, Coach, I'm good to get in earlier if you'd like here. Let me show you what I can do. Quick 5 spot for him. Good start.
Cats up 91-47. Pass up top, nearly stolen, and then a foul is called as Garacki was being strong and aggressive. No, but what's below? Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana, 811.org. Cats have 13 Wendy's three-pointers today, and they have 20 Aware Mental Health Services assists. That's 20 assists on 37 field goals. Robert Ford's got 6 of them tonight, and Eddie Turner has 5. Those two guys combined for double-digit assists. He'll take that. This is his first free throw by Trezil Lane is good.
One score that's of note right now, James Madison is playing at Michigan State, number 4 in the land. It's 54-53 with 7 minutes to play in second half.
Free throw is good.
Got to have a couple early season upsets. Maybe there's the first.
Michigan State's had some notable upsets in the past. Bounce pass down to the left post. Kicked out to the top. Like a lot for 3. Rimming, no. Foul on Northwest Indian College. No, Jakari Miles. So 1-and-1 coming for the Eagles. Meanwhile, in the Big Sky, Eastern Washington was putting up a nice effort against Utah in the early going. They are at halftime, and Utah up 44-20 now. Portland State's leading at Air Force. They're up 31-27.
That's a tough place to win. Disciplined team.
Free throw is good. Northern Colorado was delayed earlier. Did you just get a smoothie delivered?
I did. I happen to know someone working at the smoothie stand here at the stadium.
That's big time.
Big time.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get double-digit years on the mic in
right.
Bozeman.
That's right.
And not many people have had that over the last couple of years, so that's the perk.
Long way to go to get with Dan Davies kind of level. Like
no doubt.
100 more years and I'll be within 10 of Dan.
Cats basketball. Sideline analyst will be back to work on Saturday. It is senior day for the football team. Eastern Washington is here, and then that game over the hill after that to wrap up the regular season. We'll see what kind of seed the playoffs are going to bring. Left wing three, that's no good. Tipped out, coming toward us, and it is saved by the Eagles. Pushed ahead, going to the rack. Righty slam. Trezil Lane showing up with the right-hand jam. There's Jed Miller up to the top. Cats will be home for Thanksgiving. We'll get a couple of home games at Thanksgiving week. Duca can't finish the right-handed layup. Green Bay will be here out of the Horizon League. You see Riverside Highlanders will be here on that Black Wednesday. Floater is up, no good. Put back by Lane, won't fall. And then Long Beach State, that Sunday. Long Beach State's picked second in the Big West. That was a heck of a ball game down there last year. Garacki gets blocked from behind. They do call the foul. And that was the game where Montana State was trying to bounce back after they blew that game against Grand Canyon, and Long Beach State's good. That was a tough win. That was a fun game.
That was a big win.
All right, we're taking a break. 3:21 to go in the ball game. Bobcats cruising now, up 91-52 over Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
The Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign to help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. Brian Garacki is going to the line for Montana State. Cats up 91-52 over Northwest Indian College. 3:21 to go in the ball game. Debut game for Matt Logie. Also a whole new coaching staff as well. Everybody also followed Sprinkle out to Utah State. So Zach Payne is over here coming from the University of Montana. Sam Scholl and Julius Smith. Sam Scholl was a part of the staff at San Diego State last year. Julius Smith over at Point Loma, so coming with Logie. So everything's new. Free throw is up by Garacki. That is good. Although Colin McGettigan, the director of ops, is still back. So we got a little continuity.
Little continuity. Uniforms, they're the same.
Yep. Big wave, Dave. Carter Ash coming to the scorer's table, drawing with applause. Free throw is good. The Bozeman Hawk, Carter Ash, into the ball game. His 10th career ball game. He's got 12 career points, 5 assists, 4 made field goals. So he'll get in and get some action with 3:21 to go. Montana State up 93-52. Any of these non-conference matchups really sticking out that's got you excited, Brian?
I mean, really, I think that stretch at home that you were describing around Thanksgiving, you know, for a team that needs to figure each other out in a system and everything else, home games are so valuable.
Carter Ash has got a steal. He's in transition to the rack. Righty layup up and good. And now a steal by Jakari Miles, and he goes to the rack and lays it in and one. Carter Ash making some noise off the bench. Love to see it. Well, those walk-ons, you know, they put in so much effort, so much time. They work as hard as anybody, and Carter Ash getting rewarded. And now Jakari Miles is going to the line. Yeah, that stretch, so it's Monday the 20th of November versus Green Bay. They've got a new head coach, picked last in the Horizon League. UC Riverside picked 7th out of the 11 teams in the Big West, but they beat Idaho and Weber State last year. Free throw's no good. The Bobcats win a tipped rebound. Topside three. Got it! Jed Miller poured it in. Then it's Long Beach State after that, and they're picked 2nd in the Big West. Driving a righty layup. That falls in. Roberto Flores, a hearty finish. Now I got a whistle. I think it's a clock issue. Yeah, kind of rare to be home for Thanksgiving.
That is incredibly rare for a Big Sky team. And just to get that many home games, I was stunned when I saw the final non-conference schedule and Montana State with that many home games. You know, usually you have to have some kind of either MTE or a tournament that's locally sponsored that allows you to get, you know, 2 extra home games instead of having to go on the road. So excited for the fans, excited for these players. It's an awesome opportunity.
And for the broadcasters who get less travel, especially over crossover season. We're stoked. Jakari Miles turning, fading, jumper, no. The Eagles have the rebound, and they push ahead the other way. Flores against Miller. Kicks it out to the right way. Back into the right corner. Flores curls to the right elbow, backs it in to the mid-post left side, throws it out to the top of the key. Toss into the left corner. Toss down to the mid-post, 6 to shoot. Floater is up, and that is good. 2:06 remaining in the ball game. Montana State up 100-56. They hit a century mark on the Jed Miller 3. A couple of Pac-12 teams on the schedule. We got Cal and Washington. That Washington game will actually be a doubleheader with the women. Miles for 3. Yep. Jakari Miles knocking it home. Beautiful.
That's a pretty unusual thing. Not to have a doubleheader, but to have a road doubleheader where both teams are from the same school. Kind of a cool opportunity for the Bobcats to go to my alma mater.
Yeah, there'll be 2 of those. We've got that one and the one at South Dakota State in January.
Plus 2 against the Grizz, so 4 total.
Right. And then is the Oral Roberts one at home another one? Topside 3 is good.
I'm not sure. I didn't see
that's the Summit League crossover. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was what it is, but I'm not sure. I have to double check. I found something I didn't prep.
There we go.
67 seconds to go. Bobcats up 103-59 over the Eagles. Cats have multiple players in double figures, 6 of them. Mill at the top. Throws over to the left wing. Miles lets it fly. Short off the front iron. Eagles with the rebound.
Miles in double digits as a true freshman, claiming himself an opportunity to play some more minutes.
10 points, 4 of 6 from the field, and a pair of threes. Now another 3 the other way for Northwest Indian College. 103-62, Montana State up with 35 seconds to go on their way to a 1-0 start. Miller into the middle of the lane, throws it back out. Cats burning a little clock, not trying to run it up too much. Miller to his right. Steps back, topside 3. No. Long rebound, out of bounds. Final possession of the day, 11 and a half seconds to go in the ball game. Montana State up 103-62.
Yeah, I mean, the Cats shooting 44% from the 3. 15 makes. That's an awful lot of threes in a ball game against any opponent.
Hook shot is up, no good, and a foul is called on Montana State. Chika Duca takes the call. Also, Southern Utah's coming here on December 19th. Remember, that was a heck of a game there last year.
Yeah, that was the Raekwon Battle steal and one at the end.
And Jabril Bello caught that flagrant 2. That one was
a little bit
tough.
questionable.
And I questioned.
Yeah, we can still question it even a year later.
Big Sky play starts on December 28th at Idaho State and then at Weber State. Free throws no good. Next free throw coming up. That is through. Yeah, so you got a little heavier workload this year now since we got all these home games.
I like it.
The Logie era starts with a dub. Bobcats 103, Eagles 63. Montana State putting 6 players in double figures. Robert Ford III leads the way with 15 points and 6 assists. We'll take a break. Montana State wins at 103-63. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Are you too hot? Are you too cold? Did you know that you don't have to just deal with it? We at Ambient Air Solutions understand how important comfort plays on your emotions, health, and quality of life on a daily basis. Ambient Air Solutions offers 24/7 emergency service for residential and commercial clients. We also offer financing to help ease the financial stress and burden of a lifelong investment. Call Ambient Air Solutions at 406-577-1818 and leave it to the professionals. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Montana State wins it today 103-63 over Northwest Indian College to start 1-0. Bobcats had some nice debuts. Jakari Miles, the freshman, with 10 points. Brian Garacki had 12. Eddie Turner, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Leading scorer was Robert Ford as things get going. So overall, Brian, a pretty solid debut for Logie and the staff.
Yeah, it's a good start. You get a 40-point win. You score 100 points. You get a lot of guys, a lot of minutes, a lot of touches, make a bunch of threes, and now we just see where it goes from here. I think, there's only so much you can glean from this as a fan or as we would look at it, but I think the staff is going to love the fact they've got some film and got some things to work on as they go into prep for Seattle U.
All right, we're taking another break. Montana State winning it today 103-63 against Northwest Indian College. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
At Montana's Rib and Chop House, our guests and service are our top priorities. We've been serving Rocky Mountain communities signature steaks, delicious seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs for over 20 years. Whether you're